meeting for today on December 30th at 10:30 a.m. First on the agenda, we have approval of minutes.
I'll make a motion to approve the minutes.
Okay. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign. Okay. Those minutes are approved. Next, we have approval of claims. Did we have claims? Okay. Okay. Was there any questions on any of the claims or?
I had none.
Okay, I'll take a motion to approve those.
I'll make a motion we approve the claims as
Second.
presented.
Second.
Okay, you got a first and a second. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, the same sign. Okay, those are passed as well. Okay. Okay, director's report. Joel, what do you have for us today?
All right, got a fair amount of stuff to cover at this meeting, actually, and have to bear with me, I'm a little under the weather, so my voice isn't the best. But nothing too out of the ordinary as far as day-to-day operations out there. We sent some stuff, trying to get it out before the year's end. So we sent 5,000 plus pounds of lead acid batteries to Wamplers. Those are mostly car batteries and small sealed lead acids that we get in. One of the few things that we actually make a little bit of money on back. Coorsen is, they service our two fire suppression systems. One of them in our secure all hazardous waste building out there. They put in a brand new system earlier this year in August, I believe. And so that fire suppression system should be good, but every 6 months, the manufacturers recommend on those dry chemical systems that you swap out the fusible links. So they came in and did the ones in the main pole barn that we work out of. So those should be good until spring, and then they'll do both systems again in the spring. Well, this year we had gone with a new e-waste recycler for our electronics, and that's OmniSource. And our previous e-waste vendor, GreenWave, we actually sent a few loads to them at the beginning of the year. But basically OmniSource just came in way lower as far as pricing on recycling. So GreenWave reached out to me and they sent me an updated price list. And of course I didn't bring that with me, but as far as transportation fees and just what they're charging us, pretty much everything is either equal or lower to OmniSource. And they've always offered us good service at GreenWave, so we may look at using them in 2026 as our electronics vendor, so.
Do we have a contract in place with them?
Neither one of them, we're not under contract with
Okay.
either one. So we'll sign a pricing agreement, but yeah, as far as any length of time, we're not under any contract right now with
Okay.
an electronics company, so,
Okay.
or any of our waste vendors for that matter, so. And speaking of new waste vendors, one of the things on the claims was a new vendor, Curie Environmental. We've got, they handle radioactive smoke detectors, which probably not everybody knows. There's a small amount of radioactive material in smoke detectors. Some of them are a photoelectric type, which don't contain that, but we've got several years accumulation at the district, so For 25, I put in a new line item because they are kind of expensive to get rid of. So we ordered 2 lab packs, which will probably contain about 250 smoke detectors. So you pay basically for the disposal, and the lab packs are all kind of rolled in to one cost. And they give you all of the paperwork and everything and the labeling to be able to ship those back through the mail. So, yeah, we look forward to getting some of those out of our facility, so. And let me see here. I'll skip down a little bit. On the claims, this kind of goes back to, I guess, when Wildcat had split from Tippecanoe County. We got a landline phone. We have one landline going in to the office. We get internet through, we actually kind of piggyback off the street department, so we don't have an internet bill. And we're paying long distance on that landline to the tune of almost $100 a month. And we also have a district cell phone, which has free long distance service. So I really, for the one line, I don't see why we need a landline phone to begin with and why we're paying long distance on that. So I guess it's my proposal to basically do away with that landline phone altogether. It's given us a lot of problems through the years. And it's basically a cell phone anyway. It's all through the internet now. So I think what we should do is probably just forward our district line to that cell phone. We'll have voicemail on that and caller ID and pretty much everything that we need. We only need the one line. So I would say if the board agrees with that, I'd say probably just cancel that landline and forward that number to the cell phone.
And there again, we don't have a contract of any sort. I know at one time they used to have us, do contracts or whatever, so I just want to make sure we don't cancel something and get a.
Sure, and I actually don't have access to the account. Kathy Hamilton actually set that account up, so.
And I don't really know anything about it.
So I don't know how that's gonna work for sure,
It's
so.
been a while, so
Probably,
Yeah.
surely
Yeah.
it wouldn't still be under.
I wouldn't think so. You could, I don't know, who would you talk to find that out?
I don't know if there's a number on the bill.
So where
Yeah.
does the bill actually come from?
AT&T.
Yeah, it's through
AT&T,
AT&T,
okay.
so,
So yeah,
It
contact
comes to
somebody.
Joel,
yeah,
Well, good luck
Contact
with that.
somebody.
yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'll see what I can do on that.
And you know what, they may not even do that anymore. I just remember before that they would say, you had so many months or years contract, and if you tried to cancel it, then they were gonna charge you anyway.
Yeah.
So I just didn't wanna get us in that situation, but, do we want to make a motion that says that if he finds out that there is no contract involved, that cancel the landline at his recommendation?
Sounds good to me. I'll make that motion.
Okay, do I have a second?
Second.
Okay, all those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign. Okay. So check into that, Joel. It may be like a struggle getting hold of somebody.
Yeah,
Because I don't even know if there's representatives anymore. We used to have representatives, but things have changed so much, so.
yep. I'll look into it, and provided I can find something out before the next board meeting, I'll shoot out an email to the board.
So do you leave the cell phone at the?
It's usually on my desk, yeah.
Okay,
So unless we're like out at a training or something, but I don't give that cell number out to a whole lot of people anyway, so most of what rings in on that cell phone is just spam calls right now, so. So, yeah, it'd be good to actually use
do
that.
you
for
advertise that number for the landline?
Yeah,
Okay, could we do something to make sure that the people are aware of that change?
yes, well, the idea is to try to forward that
Yeah,
number
okay.
on. to the cell phone. So
Okay, okay,
that's what I would like to do anyway, so.
okay.
All right, so next, on my report here, we've got, 2 grants that are being offered to Indiana Solid Waste Management Districts. One is a tire collection grant, that they will give up to $10,000 per district for waste tire disposal. Back in 2023, we did a waste tire collection event. It was a 2-day event that we hosted out at the county fairgrounds. And we filled 6 semi-trailers and 4 box trucks full of tires. I talked with Brian Kilman, the Frankfurt Street Department, which earlier this year, he sent a few I think a couple box truck loads, and it cost him, I think, almost $5,000 to dispose of those tires, which were from cleanup events around town. So I don't think 10,000 is gonna get us to the point of being able to have a sustainable full-time collection, but what we did on the last event was we set a tire limit where there was no charge, and the district paid for that. And then if you had over, say, 20 tires, or if you had semi-tires or agricultural tires, then we would charge a set amount depending on what you had, and that helped us recoup some of the cost of the event. So I think 10,000, if we could get that, would go a good long ways towards an event like that. And if we collected cash on top of that, we could probably do another event this year. The problem is I've never actually written a grant, so I would probably need help from someone who has. And the grant is due January 16th, so it's coming up really, really quick. I didn't know if the board has any advice on how to move forward, or if that's even something that we want to do, or if anybody has any thoughts or feelings on that.
I'm all about grants. I mean, I think it's always great when we can get the money, because somebody's gonna get that money. It might as well be us, but I do
Yes.
not have any recommendations. I don't know what kind of information they'll need. I know some of them, there's a lot that you have to do
Yeah,
to get that. I don't know. It depends on what the application looks like.
yeah. And I haven't actually seen the application, so I actually just got the notice in my email, so they don't give us a whole lot of time.
I mean, I
But,
would suggest maybe take a look at it, see if it looks like something that you could
yeah,
do, or, you know, see if you could get any guidance, but.
yeah. And is there someone at the county who is good with grants? Do you know, Brett, or?
We really don't have anyone now, but I know she could help if we like contracted with her.
Okay. All right. Well, I suppose I'll look into that a little further and see, because I've got all of the information from our last event to go off of, so we kind of know what to expect already and what.
So on tires, do you only collect those like during that event, or only, okay, because the
Yeah.
city, we have them, so this is just during an event. that you-
Yeah, the street department actually quit taking tires, I want to say like 3 years ago or something like that. I know they used to, they would charge a couple bucks per tire, but at this point, the only place to get rid of tires is back through a tire company like Esserman's, or I think the Walmart Automotive Center will take them back as well. But it'd be nice to offer that, because like I say, we got a ton of tires the last time that we did it, so. So yeah, I'll look into that a little further
Okay,
and,
thank you.
and see what I can come up with. And along the lines of grants, this is something that I already spoke with the mayor about, but, and I touched on it at the last meeting, that there is, well, Indiana is writing a material management plan, is my understanding, for the whole state, and that will allow federal pass-through funding grants for solid waste districts. And one of the grants that is offered right now is for a material management plan for the county. Once again, the deadline is coming right up for this. It actually got pushed back, but they're gonna send out the applications in mid-January, and then they'll start actually accepting applications in early February for this. But it is to write a material management plan for the county. And under Wildcat Creek Solid Waste, when we were still with Tippecanoe County, we had a 20-year solid waste plan, and it's very thorough. I mean, it's a 20-year projection, you know, on how much recycling are you taking in, how much waste are you taking in, is it going to a landfill or a transfer station? And since we have a county landfill, you know, how much waste is coming in from this county, other counties, how much longer do we have until that landfill's full, and then what are we gonna do when it is full? On top of that, I mean, there's a lot of other issues as well. I know yard waste being a big one. People in the county don't really have anywhere to take limbs and brush and grass clippings and all of that, other than burn it. And I guess we just don't really have anything on paper as a county on a plan moving forward. So this would be an opportunity to get some grant monies for that. Although, like I say, it's a pretty massive undertaking, and I don't feel that it's something that I could write on my own. I would need probably a lot of outside help, or we would need to just simply hire a consultant to write the plan for us. And I haven't checked into it, but the last figure that I heard was around $250,000 to write a plan like that, so.
It doesn't surprise me
Yeah.
at all.
I haven't seen anything on how much they're actually offering either, so. I guess we just don't have a whole lot to go on with that, but, if that's something that, the board wants to pursue, I can definitely keep you in the loop on that, although, like I say, it's, when is our next meeting?
I think February 3rd is
February 3rd, so, yeah. So the grant will probably be, the application will probably need to be submitted
Does
right
Oprah
around.
have anything that would cover that, I wonder, because, you know, we're going through that process for a comp plan for the city. I wonder if they would do something like that, but you still have to have a match, so you would have to make sure that we would have the funds
Yeah,
to match that, and like you said, it's a very costly thing to have
Yep.
plans put together.
and I don't know where.
It's great, but,
Yeah, and I don't know where we would have a match as far as that much is concerned, so. But I at least wanted to bring that up to the board and let you know that that is
Well, I appreciate
available,
you.
so,
looking into that, and if there's anything we can do to help you on that, or
yeah,
let us know.
yep. Once again, I'll keep everyone posted on that.
Hey,
Yes.
does Steve Ray work with county on writing grants? I know he does with
Who?
Steve Ray.
Stephen Ray, you know, he might be a person to check with, because city and county both contributes
I know
to that.
He's worked with the county on other
Mhm.
things. So
He's
I
right
don't
those
know
through
if
the
they do-
chamber.
They do grant writing, that's what they do.
But I know that he helps us as well at this city, because city and county pay a fee every year for them to do that. And you're on that, aren't you?
I'm on that council, I'm on that committee. So
Maybe you could you reach out to Stephen Ray
I can find out,
and see if that's a possibility?
yeah, to see if he works on these kinds of grants.
Yeah, you know, some sort of a plan for solid waste and,
It'd be a lot less costly than $250,000.
yeah.
Do what?
Be less than $250,000,
Yeah,
for sure.
Yeah.
yeah.
And there again, that might be like an Oak Brook grant or something.
He's the one that worked on the grant for the wastewater and sewer project out to the interstate. on matching grants for crossroads.
Yeah, if you wouldn't mind,
Communities.
if you wouldn't mind to reach out to him, are you gonna be meeting soon, or?
I think we have a meeting coming up,
Yeah, there's one.
I can't remember, pretty soon
Okay,
we have a meeting coming up.
I think it's well worth checking into at least.
Usually on Thursdays, I think. I'll have to look, but
Okay,
We could check with him, and then Kelly Brewer
I can
was the
call.
other one that I was thinking of,
Who was that? Kelly?
Brewer.
and a lot of times they base their fee off of if you get the money or not, and there's a percentage or.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
we have a meeting coming up Tuesday the 13th
Okay,
of January.
Yeah,
Yes,
there-
I'll reach out to him. Ray,
okay,
Find out, and then get the information back to Joel.
Appreciate that.
thank you.
Okay, well, I think that's all I had under my regular director's report, although I do have some things under new business to discuss, so I'll probably just stay up here because I'm guessing that's next on the agenda, so.
Okay, so we have your report. We have old business. Does anybody have any old business? Okay, then we'll go on to the, did you have anything?
No.
Okay,
No.
then we'll go on to the new business. Is that when you're gonna bring this up, Joel? Okay.
Yeah.
And then we'll, don't let me forget. Okay,
All right. So, Brian Kilman stopped in a couple months ago, and he's the street department superintendent. And he had informed me of some changes that are coming in 2026 to the Frankfurt recycling program. In the past, all of the city recycling used to be brought out to, there's a large building out at the street department, and everything used to be sorted in that building. Years ago, they used to get a lot of help from community corrections, and there was a lot of volunteer work that went into processing all of that. And since then, all of the recycling is now picked up curbside and just taken straight to Werner and Son. So the only thing coming into that facility now at the street department is just drop-off recycle. People coming in from, that maybe missed Wednesday recycling day in the city, or they're out in the county and they're dropping their recycling off. So that building is, it mainly just has a bunch of cubic yard boxes in it to put the recycling in that comes in. It houses a scale, a cardboard baler, and a couple glass crushers, but that's about it. And they're not getting the volume like they used to. So at this point, that building is kind of underutilized. So I know Brian's got some other plans for that building. So in 2026, I believe they're still going to accept recycling at the street department, but it'll go into a truck instead of being dropped off at the recycling center, and then it'll be taken to Werner's. But I don't think that he's gonna take anything coming from the county. He's gonna have a full-time attendant at the guard shack up there, and they're gonna be checking IDs. So that leaves people in the county having to either use Mulberry or Clinton Central as their recycling drop-off center. So the facility right now, we sat down, Brian and I met with the three Werners at Werner and Sons, and they informed us that they take in about 150,000 pounds a year from that facility alone. I'm sure a lot of that weight is in glass because they do crush the glass, and there's really no profit, or you can't hardly even break even on glass. So, and that sounds like a pretty big number to me, but to Werner's, they say that's really not a significant amount in a year's time. But I at least wanted to put forth a possibility of the solid waste district kind of picking up where they're leaving off for county residents and city residents as well. We've got an opportunity, and we can thank Troy Warner for this. He mentioned that Howard County, which Kokomo, their recycling district, has recently switched from roll-off containers, because they have several like satellite locations for collecting recycling around the county. They've switched to front-load bins, so they have like 20 or 25 of these roll-off containers that were recently just taken out of
Which is
service.
in our packet.
Yeah,
If you
yeah.
look in your packet,
So yeah, if you look in your packet,
I
they're,
didn't add it to
oh,
our packet, I'm sorry.
this was in the email from you.
It was in the
Yeah.
email.
Okay.
Yeah,
Yeah.
so
But-
did you happen to have the, there's, this, I don't know if you can see or not, but,
Yeah.
but this is what it looks like.
yeah, I got a couple.
Okay, there you go.
Yeah, they're just a roll-off container, like a standard roll-off dumpster. But they have wooden sides and doors, so they can be closed up and locked up if need be, or whatever, for
So when you go
transport.
to dump, if I understand that correctly, that top part,
I think the back, I think the end of it
Okay.
opens and tips. I haven't seen them in person, so, and I don't know how old these photos are. I've been told that they've been maintained because, like I say, they've recently been in service, but I don't know what they look like, so we would probably want to go over
and it was
there.
my
and-
understanding, you're thinking up, like towards where we are gonna have the gatekeeper, or are you thinking back in your area? Or- I mean, I'm just asking.
Yeah, I would probably have to default to Brian wherever
Okay.
it would be out of his way, you know, and wherever it makes sense, because, I mean, you've gotta have the room to back a truck in and hook the thing, and somewhere to set off the new container while you know, put the other one into play, or, yeah, so,
So, part of right now is what we've ran into at the city is there is no profit in recycling
No.
at all. There used to be, we used to make money off our recycling. And like you said, we had somebody back there, we had volunteers, we had community corrections.
Yeah.
We had all those things, but now we're paying.
yeah. Yeah,
And
the
so,
recycling market is,
We're gonna continue with curbside recycling. The only thing that change we're gonna make out there is we're gonna have a truck up by the gatekeeper now, where that shack is. And they can just put it directly into the truck. And we're not going to sort it anymore because we had a full-time laborer out there, operator, and it was costing us, you know, a salary plus costing us to take it to Warner. So we're thinking it's gonna be better, it's not gonna be sorted, but I don't think it's gonna have that much of an effect on us as far as, you know, as far as the revenue or the expenditure, but we just think that would be much better, and they'd be right there. Like you said, I think we get some county people as well that come
yeah,
out there
probably a
and,
lot of
yeah,
it is
with
county
several
stuff.
people from the county that recycle out there, and it's costing the city
Yeah.
to
Well,
take the recyclings in. And they're, like I said, the only change is they won't go back to the building anymore. It would just be that we have a truck there at the front gate, and they're gonna check IDs and make sure, you know, that it's our city people. So that's, when he came and talked to us, I like the idea, you know, that we could share that.
yeah. Well, I would, I mean, if we were to put these bins in place, then, the street department wouldn't even need a truck anymore. Everybody could just throw it in the bin, and it would come out of the solid waste budget. And, yeah, to your point, it would be the same thing. It wouldn't be sorted anymore, which the way it's been done is you've got different containers for cardboard and paper and glass and plastics, and this would all be commingled. It would just take it all and throw it in the bin. So It would actually save a lot of people, or save people a lot of time doing it this way. Recycling, myself, I know that I don't really like sorting it. It takes you like 20 minutes, you know, to sit there and sort it all, so.
And it opened up that building back there because, you know, we have all the equipment in there and all that. So this way we can get some of our equipment into the building because we're having it sit outside right now.
Right.
We just don't have the funding to rebuild a barn right
Yep.
now.
And you don't really have the room out there either.
No, we
There's,
don't, we don't.
We're kind
So,
of pinned in
you know,
out there.
That's one thing that encouraged me about this.
I like
is-
that.
I do too.
Yep. So, Howard County's board wants 3,000 per container. I would think that we would need at least 3. I would like to really, if we were to do it, to set 2 bins, because you know one of them is gonna fill up, and then it's gonna be a while before they can pull that. So we could open up a second bin, you know, so we don't have overflow like piling up on the ground. So I think we would need 3 of those, and our, talking to Werner's, our disposal cost on that, because, Mayor, like you said, there's no money in it, so we're gonna have to pay to dump it. I don't remember what the figure is, per ton, but we'd be looking at about $2,500 a year for our costs on recycling or processing that stuff through Werner's, which I think we can handle 2,500. The issue is gonna come with hauling, because
That's what I was gonna ask you
Wampler's charges $89 to pull a roll off. So that's 180 a month if we, or a week if we pull it twice. And 52 weeks in a year, we're looking between $9,000 and $10,000 just in hauling fees. We don't really have $10,000 in the solid waste budget right now spare, so, so I had an idea. Britt had sent me an email earlier this year. We have a rainy day fund. It was created years ago, and I don't think we have anything at the end of the year at this point to really roll into it, but through the years, it has accumulated. I think we have 47,000 in there.
Is that just solid waste, rainy day?
So we could potentially get the program started with that and probably operate out of that for 2 years with these containers. But as disposal costs continue to rise year after year, we're pretty much maxed out on our budget and our tax rate. So we would probably have to look at increasing our tax rate if we wanted this to be a sustainable option. And I'm not really in favor of starting something, going for 2 years, and then having to shut it down. So I guess, you know, that would be really a board decision on if you guys want to use that rainy day money, or if there's any other ideas that,
Are you thinking the rainy day for the containers as well as the monthly operation?
yes, as well as the hauling, because I just don't think we have it anywhere else in the budget right now, so. And probably, like I said, probably not, after that rainy day money's gone, then I'm not sure what we would do, so.
And then that would be open to city and county
Yes, yep,
residents both.
yep. Any residents that reside in Clinton County.
I don't have any issue with it other than what happens after 2 years. and if we need,
I mean, I would think at that time we would have to have a discussion on moving forward with that program and then how it's gonna be funded. I mean, maybe you could
Yeah.
see how it goes, what it's gonna cost us, maybe
Yeah,
city
and I mean,
county could pick that up some way, do you know what I mean? At least part of that, because you won't have the containers, hopefully. It would just be the operations of it.
and yeah, I mean, you know, I don't know if you know, we want to make the decision on that today, at this meeting. You certainly could if we want to do that, but I don't know, maybe we want to involve the county council in this as well.
That's
You
what
know.
you think, you wanna, because we're missing Jeff and Jordan, Burr.
Do you think the containers will stay available for a while?
I have no idea, honestly, so, that's definitely something that I could find out. If, I actually don't even know if they still have them, this was a couple months back, so, I'm assuming they probably do. If this doesn't work out, containers are available on the new and used market as well. They might just cost us a little bit more. This was convenient because it's our neighboring county, and their director, Mickey Jeffers, did mention to me that even if we wanted to take them now and pay 90 days or something, she's got an interlocal agreement she can write up between the two counties and make a pretty seamless transition, so she's willing to work with us on it, so.
You could let them know we're definitely interested and, we gotta jump through all our hoops too.
Yep. Yeah, and I know this is the first everyone's hearing of it, so,
Maybe come back to our next meeting with the information and what your thoughts are, whether it's 2 or 3 of them, if the cost is still the same.
Yeah.
All those type things, and hopefully we'll have Bert and Jordan and Jeff here then,
Yeah.
so.
all right, yeah, and I sent Jeff an email this morning, because he told me he wasn't gonna be able to make the meeting, so, I kind of briefed him on what our costs are like, so I can get with him before the next meeting and see if, maybe it's something we want to bring to the council first, and, because we've never used that rainy day fund for anything. I don't know if that's something we need council approval for, or
That's what I said,
what,
would it be
honestly.
council
I think it'd be council.
or council? Okay,
Yeah,
so that may be something then you'd want to take, before them as well, to make sure they would
Kind of what,
approve that.
yep,
kind of what it's for.
Yeah,
yep,
exactly.
so, that's all I've got for you, so,
Okay.
Joe, I have a question.
yep.
You talked about having that truck up by the gate
Mhm.
for people to throw. Is this in plus that?
That would take the place of
This
the
would
truck
take the
altogether.
place of it.
Yep,
It would replace the truck?
yep.
So we have this rather than the truck?
Yeah, and the truck is gonna be coming out of the city budget, and it's only gonna take city recycling. So if we did that,
This would be county.
Wildcat it would come out of
So
Wildcat's
it'd be
budget.
for city and county
Yep.
residents.
This would be on top of the truck.
The truck would just
Truck
go
would be-
away at
would
that
go
point.
away.
Will go away from
Yeah.
this one. Okay.
Yep, we put
Yeah,
that in its
what we're
place.
doing right now at the
That's
city
what I'm
is we're
trying-
just not having people take their recycles all the way back to the barn now. We're gonna have them stop and just put it right there in the truck.
Yeah,
And then they can just take the truck to Warner's and,
okay.
but this would replace that.
This would replace it.
Mhm.
Yep.
Okay. So you have a place for these?
Well, I've spent quite a bit of time talking with Brian about it. He's on board with it. And I know he wanted to make this meeting as well, but, he's all for it, and, he said, yeah, we can find a spot, so.
Probably back over those cardboard things, all those individual bins are.
Yeah, that, or there's where the old Humane Society building is back there. They put, I think, some millings down there now, and I don't know. It may even be a situation where we need to pour a slab at some point in the future just for them to sit on or something, but, I figure, yeah, we
But
don't wanna
just
put
feel it
the
would
cart
be
before
more
the horse.
efficient. It would be more efficient,
Yeah,
for- yeah, to be able to do that, rather than, because people have to go clear back in
Yeah.
there. Right now, like I said, we're using a labor operator to take care of that back there. It ties up that whole building and paying to take the recycling. So we're not making any changes that way, other than where they bring their recyclables. They bring them, put them in the truck, and then we would just directly take it to Warner's. And we're still gonna do curbside. I mean, that's not gonna affect anything like that. We're still going to do that, so.
Right, I should have mentioned that as well, yeah.
That goes straight to Wallingford anyway, doesn't it?
Yeah,
Yeah.
it does.
Warner's, I mean.
Werner's.
Warner's, yeah, they take it straight to Warner's. So. Okay,
Sounds good.
All right.
okay, thank you. I appreciate it.
Yep, thank you, everyone.
We can fund this or not.
Huh?
We don't know that we can fund it.
Well, what he's saying is that solid waste has a rainy day fund of about $47,000.
Yeah.
And so that could possibly buy the containers and then maybe the operations of that for a couple of years.
Okay.
And then that way,
Are we looking at raising our tax rate then so we can sustain this? Because I kind of agree with Joel is that we don't want to start this and then have to shut it down after 2 years.
you know, to be honest with you, I don't know about the tax rate right now.
Yeah, I don't,
Where we
well,
are on-
yeah,
if we're
I don't know,
maxed.
I don't know either.
I don't
Yeah.
think we are.
Okay,
Yeah, yeah,
yeah,
So-
That's where I'm at. I don't want to start something we can't sustain.
I'm with you on that.
yeah,
Will they be able to answer that at the council?
yeah.
Yeah.
Too, yeah,
Yeah, well, I'll, like I say, I'll get with Jeff and,
okay.
maybe at the next council meeting, we can get this on the agenda and see what we have to do if we, and how to move forward.
To be
with-
able to use that
Yeah,
any day.
and if we want to raise our tax rate a little bit, you know, I mean, we probably need maybe, you know, another 20,000 a year or something, I would think.
Yeah, I don't know where they are on that. And then it would be more at budget time when they would probably look at that, wouldn't
And it would be something we'd want an attorney to
it? Yeah.
help us go through to raise the rate probably.
Yeah,
Mhm.
yeah. All right, but yeah, I think
And-
it's good
And maybe we
we,
wouldn't even have to raise the rate. I mean, if the city and county would just share that cost,
Yeah.
because we already, right now, the city's got a cost to it. I know the county
Well-
probably doesn't, but we do.
and I hate to bring it up, but we are giving Mulberry and Clinton Central, you know, we fund their two recycling programs, so maybe we would have to, I hate to say, but take from some of those, and that might actually make it sustainable, but just
You
not
know,
give
through
them
an
so much.
interlocal or something that says, you know, we contribute so much towards the operations of it.
Yeah, I don't think we have an interlocal in place right now. I think that was just a board vote to go ahead and do that. So, but yeah, that's something that we could potentially have drawn up as well, so. But anyway, I wanted to get the conversation
Thank you.
started at this meeting, and it's food for thought, so.
Okay, thank you.
All right, thank you.
Appreciate it.
Next.
Oh, yeah, next. The meeting schedule, and they do have that, right?
They do.
Okay, so our meeting dates, do we approve these or
So these,
we
Do-
just set?
we can set them.
Okay,
We follow the commissioners, so I just went off of when the
Okay.
commissioners meet.
okay, so for 2026, it's February 3rd, April 7th, June 2nd, August 4th, October 6th, and December 29th. That's the meeting dates for the Wildcat Solid Waste.
And then
And at 10:30 still on,
Yes.
yeah, okay. And then,
whose bond is this? Mine.
okay,
For what?
okay. And then I have the bond for Britt for Wildcat. Probably, do you want an approval on that?
I bet so. I bet we
Yeah,
can
can
make a
we get an
motion and then you
approval
can
to
vote it.
approve for Britt to apply for her bond?
I'll move that we apply for the bond.
Okay. Okay, all those in favor, aye?
Aye.
Opposed, same sign? Okay, that passes. Okay, I'm gonna sign my name right here for you.
Thank you. I can have it recorded.
I think, is there just that one
I
place?
think so.
Okay, do we have any other business? Anybody have anything else? Okay, I'll take the motion.
So move.
Okay,
All
thank you
right.
everyone for being here today.
So that's